Who are project stakeholders? All right. They are everyone who are impacted by the project, directly or indirectly. It could be a person, it could be a group of people, or it could be an organization. So anyone or any organization or any group of people who are impacted by your project is a stakeholder. This also would include people who can affect your project positively or negatively. What does this mean? Is amongst the stakeholder, some of them are directly impacted by your project and some are indirectly impacted. There are some stakeholders who may not be directly involved, but then they can influence your project success. That's why we say project positively or negatively. The two smileys that you see there are the two people whom we're talking about, positively or negatively. The green ones with a smile there perhaps could be your boss. It could also be your customer manager or customer IT manager or the customer himself for whom you're doing this project. And the other face that is not smiley are those stakeholders who may negatively impact your project. They may not like your project being there. They may not like you, or they may not like your culture. So there are various reasons that you may not be liked or your project may not be liked. I can recollect at least two projects in recent times which can be thought about. One of the projects that was done or carried out, which is now completed, was Worli-Sea Link road in Mumbai. That project was stalled for almost 5 years. And the reason being, the fishermen. The fishermen were impacted during the construction time because that was directly impacting their day-to-day earnings. So that went to the court and a stay was brought in and the entire project was stalled for almost about 5 years. So fishermen are important stakeholders who were impacted by the project Worli-Sea Link, and yes, they did negatively impacted by delaying the project. Like that, there are many situations out there. There are many situations out there in your projects or your client's project or your peer. Keep looking at them and you realize how important these stakeholders are. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Let's take a look at the classification of the project stakeholders. Project stakeholders can be classified into various groups. Again, it would depend on your project. A sponsor. Sponsor is someone who funds for the project. He is an important stakeholder for your project. Customers or users. They are the people who will make use of the project's outcome. A project outcome could be a result, could be a product, or could be a service. In an IT company, a project output could be a software itself. And then we have suppliers. Suppliers are the people, they are equally important stakeholder, but they are outside of your organization and deliver few parts of your project outcome. The project team are the people who will help deliver the project outcome, the core member. And the project manager himself. It could be you perhaps. And the project manager is accountable for the success of the project. And yes, there are many other stakeholders depending on the project or the nature of the project. Some of the examples that you see out here is other departments within your organization. board of directors of your organization, the media itself, politicians, local or national, government agencies such as service tax department, income tax department, horticulture department, forest department, so on and so forth. Regulatory bodies. There could be some regulatory body that governs the overall, let's say, part of your project. And yes, competitors could also be your stakeholders. And yes, people, let's say people, citizen of a country or the local area where the project is being implemented. The metro rails, which is done across the country, has got the people as the stakeholder, and these people are no one but the commuter themselves. Okay? All right. Politicians are definitely playing an important role as a stakeholder. I recall one of a very early project which happened, which was originally planned to be commissioned or started, the factory to be started in West Bengal, but then an important stakeholder appeared during an advanced stage of the project, and the entire decision for setting up the plant was moved from West Bengal location to a different location currently in Gujarat. So political parties may also play a crucial role in your project. They can make or break your project as well.